Hello and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Dogecoin and where I personally think prices are going to go from here. We're going to be starting off here and zoomed in a little bit, then we'll zoom out to the higher time frames and take a look at what I think Dogecoin is going to do in the bigger picture. So the first thing I want to point out for you guys today is this ascending broadening wedge on Dogecoin. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of the wedge tested already. So now the next thing that we're really looking for here on Doge is a nice V bottom recovery and a breakout up through this resistance. If we break above this resistance level, we will see a lot more upside here on Dogecoin in the near future, which will take us to a new local high. So this is the kind of structure that I'm looking at here on the 3-day candlesticks, and this is what I believe is coming for Dogecoin. Now, the other thing that we can see here on the smaller time frames is a falling wedge pattern. So we have a falling wedge right here on Doge, just in the same way that we had a falling wedge last summer during the summer correction of last year before we broke out all the way up to 47 cents. Now, if you look over here, we also had a falling wedge back here on Dogecoin, which actually ended up leading to the current move that we're in right now, where we went all the way up to 47 cents and then back down to 15. So Dogecoin does have a tendency to make these falling wedge patterns, and it's a very common structure for this market to continually fractal these falling wedges. And what I believe is about to happen because of this falling wedge pattern on Dogecoin is a nice reversal here, taking us up to our resistance level. And then, like I said, I believe we will break that level and confirm a new local high and a lot more upside coming here for Doge. Now, if you look at the bigger time frames, we also have a lot of reasons to be bullish here for Dogecoin. We do have a full retracement from our peak over here at 74 cents, but then we started to bottom out and see the early signs of a bull market. So what you guys need to remember here, wherever there's a cycle in the market, you're going to have a new cycle start as long as there's demand for something, and Dogecoin happens to have a lot of demand. So what I've done here is I've pulled up Bitcoin over here on the right, and we have Dogecoin over here on the left, and you can see the similarities between these two charts. This is an example of a market cycle here on Bitcoin where price goes all the way up, pulls all the way back down, and then starts a new bull market with higher highs and higher lows. So right here on Bitcoin, where we did see a correction on Bitcoin and a lot of people got shaken out of the market, that's virtually identical to what just happened here with Dogecoin. So what I think is about to happen in this market is we will see a continuation of the uptrend. We will see a nice V-shaped recovery, and we will start to break out through local resistance and eventually our old all-time high up here at 74 cents. Just in the same way that Bitcoin did over here in 2016, leading into 2017, which was one of the biggest bull markets in crypto history. So in the bigger picture here for Dogecoin, I do think we will see a very nice recovery. Like I said, a break above the old all-time high and the beginning of a massive bull market here. I do think we will reach well over $1 for Dogecoin as price starts to accelerate, as people start to get excited. I think we're really going to take off here and blow a lot of people away. Now, when we zoom out a little bit further here, you guys can start to see just how bullish this coin really could be in the bigger picture as we start to see this reversal take place. Once the market really starts to make higher highs and higher lows, people get excited, the price starts to accelerate faster and faster, and you start to get a lot of FOMO in the market, and that FOMO can drive prices to just insanely high levels, to levels that people don't expect early on in the cycle. Nobody's dreaming of that, but once people get excited and once they start telling all their friends and the price of these coins really start to take off, then you start to see these huge astronomical levels that people just weren't dreaming of, where it breaks out to new all-time highs and just keeps going for higher highs and higher lows. And when an uptrend forms, you want to ride that trend. You don't want to try to fight it. The worst thing that you can do is try to fight the trend. The trend is your friend, and the more that you're able to continually accumulate that trend and buy all the dips possible, at least until you're overextended, the more money you're going to end up making in these markets. So just to put things in perspective for you guys a little bit here, you can see that $1 per Doge is right here. And as you can see, if Dogecoin just barely breaks above its old all-time high, it'll hit $1 because its old all-time high was 73 cents. But usually what happens in markets, and especially the crypto markets, when you break your old all-time high, people get super excited and the FOMO starts to take over, and price usually just goes higher and higher and higher and higher, and it can go to levels that people just are not expecting because of how much FOMO comes into the market. And you have to remember that in the bigger picture, these coins are going to blow people's expectations away. And early on like this in the cycle, the best thing you can be doing is accumulating as much as possible while people are still a little bit skeptical and they're still kind of on edge and they don't know for sure what's going to happen. That's really the time where you should be buying as much as humanly possible, because that's where you're going to make the most money when the market breaks out, when it starts to take off and break above the old all-time high. You're going to start to see money come into this market faster and faster and faster. And if you can position yourself early on, like down here, before the parabolic run actually happens, you're going to be set up to make a lot of money when it actually takes place. So keep looking for higher highs and higher lows in this market like we have been forming here. We keep making higher highs and higher lows. We came up for a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So as long as we continue to get that kind of structure in this market, that's a really good sign for Dogecoin in the bigger picture that we are setting up for something big and that we are going to go to levels that, again, people are just not dreaming of right now. And just like it's been fractaling falling wedges, Dogecoin has also been fractaling these ABC corrections. We have an ABC correction down, and over here we have another ABC correction down. We bought the bottom of this one in the VIP area and made a lot of money when it pumped, and we had an ABC correction down just recently here. So it's continually making these ABC corrections, which provide really good buying opportunities. Buying the bottom of wave C is one of the most profitable things that you can do in any market. Doesn't matter if it's crypto or gold or silver or whatever it is, buying the bottom of those ABC corrections is extremely lucrative. So what I see for the Elliott wave count here on Dogecoin in the bigger picture is an ABC correction down, and now we just completed our first wave here. So we have wave 1 and wave 2, and we're getting ready for wave 3 in the bigger picture. Now you have to understand that wave 3 is going to be bigger than wave 1, and it's also very impulsive. With crypto, wave 5 ends up being the biggest and the most impulsive wave, but wave 3 is a close second. So wave 3 is always very impulsive with crypto. Basically, that means that once Dogecoin breaks above the top of wave 1 right here, that fully confirms wave 3, and wave 3 is going to be bigger than wave 1. So imagine how profitable it was for us on this wave 1 right here when we bought the dip down here at 9 cents and then it went all the way up to 47 cents. Imagine how profitable it's going to be when Dogecoin goes for wave 3 and breaks above the top of wave 1 and even breaks above the top of its old all-time high. Money is going to start coming into this thing very quickly, and people are really going to start to FOMO here on Dogecoin. So comparing the Bitcoin cycle over here on the right and the Dogecoin cycle over here on the left, my conservative target for Dogecoin is $5, but my moonshot target, like if we really take off here and people get really excited, is actually closer to $10 per Dogecoin, because that would perfectly follow the Fibonacci extensions that Bitcoin hit over here on the right, where Bitcoin went all the way above the 13,618 and actually hit $20,000 per coin before having its next major bear market. So I think it's possible for Dogecoin for sure to hit $5, but if people get really excited here and this really is the mass adoption phase for crypto, I think Dogecoin really could hit upwards of $10 before 2029. So yeah, that's my view on Dogecoin here in the bigger picture. Super excited about the price action coming for this coin. Going to make a lot of people super rich. Make sure that you guys apply for the one-on-one coaching. Link in the description box below. I'll hop on the phone with you and talk a little bit about how one-on-one coaching can change your life. If you're feeling frustrated by the markets, like you're buying highs and selling lows, and you just can't seem to consistently get ahead, then one-on-one coaching is for you. I teach you guys all of the most effective trading strategies so that you guys can start easily making money in these markets consistently in a very short period of time. So yeah, make sure you guys apply for one-on-one coaching. Link in the description box below, and I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. And as always, stay profitable out there.